Hello, beautiful people, and everyone else too. This is GJ the Deconstructor, and you have entered a deconstruction zone. This is part 3 of a multi-part series on the chemistry of cannabis. If you missed any of the previous episodes, don't worry. Each episode is designed to stand independent of the others. THC is the most interesting molecule in science. Today, you will discover why. One of the things that makes it so very interesting is the fact that there's more than one type of THC. Most of the different THC molecules are found in all of the cannabis plants in very small quantities. A few of these THC compounds are made in the lab from naturally occurring cannabinoids. I know of 7 isomers of THC and 1 homologue. If you know of a THC compound I don't cover, tell me about it in the comments, and I might just add it to a future video. You need to watch this video all the way to the end. In the last part of this video, I'll be talking about THCV, the homologue, and I'm excited about THCV, and many of you will be very excited too. So let's get some of the science under our belts before we talk about literally the life-altering compound THCV. What is an isomer and what is a homologue? What is the difference? Isomers are compounds with the same molecular formula but having different arrangements of the atoms that make them up. Think of it like Lego blocks. If I were to give 10 people 10 Lego blocks each, 2 blue blocks, 3 red blocks, 4 green blocks, and 1 yellow block, and the only instructions I give are to put the 10 blocks together in any arrangement, but all of the blocks must be used. Would you expect that each person would make the same structure? Of course not. Each of the finished structures can be described with the same formula: blue 2, red 3, green 4, yellow. Each of the different structures would be isomers. There's more than one kind of isomer. Be sure to check out the links in the show description if you want more information about each of the different types of isomers. Homologues, on the other hand, are not isomers. They don't have the same molecular formula. Homologues have the same functional group, but different atoms attached to that group. They may look very similar. They have the same spine, or backbone as it were, but they have different atoms connected to the spine. If all of that doesn't make a lot of sense right now, that's okay. It will become clear as we go. I'm going to compare each of the isomers with Δ8-THC, since that's the most well-known type of THC. Here is a diagram of the Δ9-THC molecule. At every point where the lines intersect, that represents a carbon atom. The carbon atoms have been numbered. This is where the different THC compounds get the numbers in their names. Δ9 gets its 9 in the name because there's a double bond between the 9th and 10th carbon atoms in the terpenophenolic backbone. I've circled the backbone in the video here. And this is carbon number 9. Delta means change. The difference in the THC isomers is going to be due to a difference in the location of that one double bond that right now is between the 9th and the 10th carbon atoms. Let's compare Δ9-THC and Δ8-THC. On the right is our Δ8-THC molecule. Δ8-THC is exactly the same as Δ9, except the double bond is between carbon atoms 8 and 9 instead of carbon atoms 9 and 10. It seems like that would not make much of a difference, but it does. Δ9 and Δ8-THC both behave differently in the body. The major difference between Δ9 and Δ8-THC is how psychoactive the compounds are. Δ9-THC is capable of giving the very intense high that people associate with marijuana. Δ8, on the other hand, gives a far less intense high, roughly 1/3 as strong as Δ9. Both Δ8 and Δ9 THC users will experience a sense of relaxation and euphoria, pain relief, changes in time perception, and temporarily increased appetite. Delta-8 users report less frequent episodes of anxiety and paranoia commonly associated with very heavy use of Delta-9 THC. All of that sounds fantastic, but there's a few problems here that most Delta-8 suppliers are really not talking about, and that's probably because they're just not aware of them. An August 30th, 2021 article from the American Chemical Society expressed some concern over Delta-8 THC products related to the way in which Delta-8 THC is manufactured. Delta-8 does occur naturally in the cannabis plants. Cannabis plants contain about 0.1% Delta-8 THC. This is such a very small amount that harvesting cannabis just to extract this one compound is really impractical. To make Delta-8 THC, the starting point is to begin with a readily available cannabis compound, cannabidiol. Cannabidiol is placed in a poisonous solvent such as toluene or heptane in the presence of a catalyst. The solution is heated, producing Delta-8 THC, Delta-9 THC, and Delta-10 THC. To obtain a pure Delta-8 THC, it has to be separated from the other products. One of the big concerns is how pure is the Delta-8 product being provided to the company that's making the gummies and other edible products. In this statement in the same article, the question is raised, and I quote here, Proverity Labs reported that there's some Delta-8 present in the test samples, but there's very frequently up to 30 chromatographic peaks that have not been identified. There are often peaks that correlate with Delta-9 THC as well as Delta-10 THC. The basic concern raised in this article is that there is a lack of regulatory oversight and limited testing associated with the manufacture of Delta-8 THC. The purity of the product being supplied to the gummy and edible product manufacturers is what's being called into question. An edible product sold and advertised as containing Delta-8 THC will likely contain a large amount of Delta-8 THC, but it may not be 100% pure. Delta-8 THC could contain Delta-9 and Delta-10 THC molecules, plus any number of other compounds. This is a manufacturing problem not only with Delta-8, but with other isomers as well. So what about these other isomers? We've discussed 8 and 9. Delta-10 THC is reported as having an uplifting and relaxing effect that does not cause intense emotions. Delta-7 THC appears to cause full body relaxation. It can also be an anticonvulsant and it can prevent seizures. And now for the most exciting THC compound, tetrahydrocannabivarin, also known as THCV. THCV is a homologue of Delta-9 THC. Here is our familiar picture of Delta-9 THC, and next to it is THCV. Both molecules have the same terpenophenolic backbone, but THCV has a much shorter tail. What makes this molecule so exciting is what it's doing inside the human body. THCV is non-psychoactive. It will not make you high, but its other effects are literally life-altering. Here's the list of exciting things that it does. It suppresses appetite. Yes, you heard me right. It suppresses appetite. It increases satiety. In other words, it makes you feel full. It upregulates your energy metabolism. It is neuroprotective, slowing degeneration in Parkinson's disease. It controls blood sugar. It promotes bone growth, fighting osteoporosis. It stimulates collagen production, and there are no documented ill side effects. It's also been observed that long-term marijuana users, on average, have a body mass that is lower than their counterparts. The THCV naturally occurring in the marijuana appears to be responsible for this. The good news is that THCV is now commercially available, and it is not illegal in the eyes of the federal government. It is available online from various suppliers. The bad news, or at least something you need to be aware of, is you could fail a drug test using THCV. This is due to the way the drug tests work. Drug tests do not test for the presence of Δ8 THC in your system. The most common drug tests are urinalysis tests. When the body metabolizes Δ8 THC, or rather breaks it down, it converts it to Δ8 THC COOH. That's a carboxylic acid form of THC. Remember that THCV is a homologue of Δ8. Both molecules have the exact same backbone, so both molecules will be converted into Δ8 THCOOH and will be present in your urine. If your work performs drug testing as a condition of your employment, this is a definite consideration. If you're not putting your livelihood at risk, then THCV could be an option for you. I struggled with my weight for years. I've done several things to lose the weight, many with only limited success. I've done keto, I've done Weight Watchers, I've done HCG injections, eating 500 calories a day, and most recently, I've done Semaglatide injections. The Semaglatide was working, but the prices increased and I just couldn't afford to continue. I began my Semaglatide journey at 234 pounds. I lost down to a weight of 212 pounds, a total of 22 pounds in about 4 months. The last time I tried to order it, the price was over $800 for a 1-month supply, and I just wasn't willing to part with $1,000 a month. In February, I discovered that THCV products had hit the market. I ordered some THCV gummies to try. I started using them on March 2nd, 2022. Since quitting the Semaglatide, I had gained back 6 pounds. That put my weight at 218. After the first 3 days on THCV, my weight dropped to 216.8 pounds. I lost 1.2 pounds in just 3 days. So far, I can report that there have been 0 psychoactive effects. It doesn't make me feel high. I seem to feel more relaxed and alert. I don't have that afternoon lull that is also common. I get a full feeling much faster when I eat. I'm eating about half or less of the food on my plate, and I'm not just full, I'm very full. I feel like I've had a Thanksgiving dinner, and I'm actually uncomfortable. I'm going to be posting my THCV weight loss journey as a series of YouTube shorts on this channel. I encourage you to watch, follow along, and see how I'm doing. I'm ordering my gummies from cannaid.com. Full disclosure here, I signed up to be an affiliate marketer. If you want to try them out for yourself, there's a referral link in the show description below. If you use that link, I will get a small commission. And I'd really appreciate you using the link if you decide to order. So thank you for watching. And if you stayed this long, you obviously like the content. So please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and mash that notification bell. Let me know in the comments if THCV sounds like something you would be willing to try. Are there any other forms of THC that sound like they're good for your use? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And until next time, this is DJ the Deconstructor wishing you happy sciencing. Pardon the interruption, but I need to do something here. This is Einstein. Einstein wanted me to remind you to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And please ring that notification bell so you'll be apprised of new content. The What's that, buddy? Oh, Einstein says, please check out my Patreon site. If you want to donate to this channel, that's a great way to do it. And you'll find content exclusive to Patreon, such as educational materials and videos you will not find on YouTube. So remember, Einstein says it's the smart thing to do. Yes, it is, isn't it, Einstein?